So I was 2.5 when I first was diagnosed with A.Y.S. And it was a pretty young age to be diagnosed with such a serious condition. All the attention went from me and who I was as a person, and was then focused on it. And it's really affected me ever since then.
So when I was 7 years old, I was diagnosed with A.Y.S. It really impacted my life.
I got to stage 3 about 8 years ago, and ever since then it's just been horrible.
And for the first few months each time, or even first couple of years each time, parents just sort of paid a lot less attention to me. It didn't seem right, Like I was so small and just craving that attention that just never came.
It really impacted my social life, and at times, I didn't even want to have any friends over because I didn't want them to judge me because of it, and I really didn't know what to do.
Well, in the first few months of having it, I wouldn't sleep at night. I was kept up all night by it, and I was only three at the time. For something to affect you that deeply at that a young age, it really just demonstrates the depth of what a serious condition this truly is.
A.Y.S. stopped me from doing a lot of things. I couldn't sleep at night, had insomnia, I couldn't eat, I became so self-conscious I couldn't have friends come over, I was trapped, I'd hide away in my room, I didn't talk to anybody.
It was worse in my early teens, the emotional roller coaster that those early teen years really are. This on top of it just made it absolute terrible time. I felt socially isolated. I felt like I couldn't see my friends. It was a really bad time.
It affects a lot more people than you'd think. And a lot of people see it as not such a bad disease, but really, for the sufferers, it's the worst. I would never wish this on anyone.
Almost every single Australian, or 1 in 2 Australians, suffer from A.Y.S. You don't. It's everywhere.
And as I started getting older, my parents didn't take it as seriously anymore, so a lot of the time I was just left at home to deal with it by myself, and it's not a good place to leave anyone.
When I was diagnosed with it, I found out it kept growing as the years went by. And as it got worse and worse, my parents didn't give me as much attention.
I guess that's what it's like living daily with the condition A.Y.S, or for those of you who don't know the full medical term, a younger sibling.
So, I've been living with A.Y.S for, the medical term is a younger sibling, for about almost 18 years now. And for me, A.Y.S was 2 younger sisters.
For me, A.Y.S is my 2 little brothers, Timmy and John, and my sister, Renee.
My younger sister, Penelope.
For me, A.Y.S is my little sister, Nikki.
I don't know why people would still consider breeding them. I mean, 2, a second one or a third one, even in my case 4 of them, it's completely absurd. I'm furious. I'm infuriated by it.
I really feel like it's a lot of responsibility as well. Like it's an unfair pressure. I have to constantly be that third parent and guide them through life and all the hardship that they go through in life. And when you're a teenager and you're dealing with that stuff yourself, you don't want to have to deal with that in someone else. Things really started getting better for me about, I'd say 6 months ago now, when I joined a support group for people suffering from A.Y.S.
And that's been amazing for me. Just all those really tough times, it's just somewhere I can get away, and really it helps me cope with the stress and turmoil that I'm going through as an older sibling.
And yeah, we were taught ways to deal with the stress and anxiety that was brought upon us.
It's really good at the moment with my A.Y.S support group. We're planning several different ways we can all get rid of them and move forward as a group.
It's okay though, because I have a feeling it's going to be over soon.
We have hope for a better future.
You know, something wonderful happened actually.
They were on an excursion last week, well, a couple of days ago, and the bus just drove off the cliff into the ocean.
My sister Penelope, she went for a walk actually. She just didn't come back.
My younger sibling has moved out with her boyfriend, and I'll never have to see her again in my whole life.
I took them to the aquarium one day, all three of them. It was, we were busy, there was a lot of people, and I left not thinking that I forgot about them. And I left them by accident, and it's the best accident I've ever done.
I'm free.
I'm free.
I'm free.